Okay, so I'm talking to myself right here, and then I'm being reminded of what had happened. Like before, when all of this shit went down with the blow up bitch and the supervisors and my money going missing, I had told the supervisors that somebody was logging into my shit, you know. And yesterday, somebody had told me, you know, they have your passwords and everything, you know. And I'm like, oh yeah, they do, right? But how the fuck did she know that, right? Anyways, so other than that, I remember I had also told the manager that, or her manager, because it was her and the IT people, I told him that they were logging into my shit and deleting my information and making changes and stuff. I was thinking about my money for the dependent care. That $400, $300, $400 that's being taken out of my check, which I don't receive. Like, where is that money at, right? And then it's still being taken out of my check. My checks are short. And then mind you, they could say, well, it's still being deposited. And I could argue, who the fuck made that change? Who said it was okay for them to transfer it to that dependent care? Because once I found out these hoes were stealing from me, I canceled that shit out. So I should be getting my money in my check. And I'm not. So where the fuck is that money? And again, like I said, if they say, oh, it's going to be transferred or something happened, and it shouldn't have, though, because I made the fucking change. I made that fucking change. Why the fuck, regardless of what it is, the fucking lie and the movements of shit are there. My money's not there. And then they could say, well, if something happened, the dependent care has the money, blah, blah, blah. I made that change, though. So who changed it back? So it could look like something that it ain't. You know what I mean? Just like they deleted the emails that I had sent about that letter. Nobody wanted everything that I say, they're trying to cover the fuck up. That letter went missing, bitch. Nobody knew about that letter. They were trying to delete it from my phone, by the way, at that time. They were trying to have me not be able to upload it to the computer again. Mind you, it was sent to them via that computer, that job computer. So why the fuck wouldn't it not be on file? Like I said before, the only thing that saved me was because this motherfucker made me, he printed it out and I had to sign it. That's it. Because everybody else was like, you never sent anything? I don't know what you're talking about, blah, blah, blah. And then again, like I said, they wanted to delete it from my phone, and they didn't want, when I was able to still retrieve it, they didn't want me to send it to myself so I can print it out and send it again. So they can say, because I kept saying, did you get it? Oh, they told me no like 3 times, and I kept sending it, bitch. Until they said, yeah, I got it. Okay, bitch. But again, if you go to the fucking history, it looks like that shit never existed. Do you understand? Like, these people need to get handled. It's like they went too far with shit. I understand you don't like a bitch. I understand you're doing it for personal reasons. Because of your brother, because of your baby daddy, because of your lover, whatever. I have nothing to do with none of you stupid hoes. I was married. Whether you were a whore and wanted to fuck my husband, that's on you. Whether you were mad because I had a come up in life and you had to sell your ass to get a come up, that's on you, right? And then you building a fucking empire on the side with someone else's energy, bitch. L, L. Put the shoe on if it fits, bitch. That's why you're standing there behind me just mooching off of me, ain't you? And you don't give a fuck if I tell you that I can feel you sending that shit and taking it away. But I do. And I'm going to speak on it. Until you hoes lose every fucking thing. Until you hoes, just like you want it from me. Until you hoes lose every fucking thing you built off my name. And all that embezzlement and all that fraud shit going into people's accounts and making changes and shit without my authorization is a no. I press charges on all you hoes. Known and unknown. Because I know this shit ain't just the people that I see face to face. Nah. There's people in the background playing with the computers, playing with the money, moving numbers around, doing all this shit. So people could, I ain't got a life for shit. These hoes can go and see how much money I make and how much I'm receiving in my check. There's no accounts other than that. And if there's that account where I used to get my dependent care, that shit should have been done. Mind you, they stole a whole lot of money for years from that. You can ask for transfers and shit. Ask for transfers, bitch. And how much money they're taking out of my check and how much was actually transferred. And how much I took out of the bank myself. Because remember, they stole my fucking ID, my license. The bank did. They're like, I don't know what you're talking about, ma'am. You gave it to me, but I gave it back to you. And that bitch was gone. I was rolling around the streets with no fucking license for a little bit. So, yeah. I call judgment, bitch. I want my fucking money, hoes. Oh, there they are again. These fucking ladies always sit there in front of they're related to Mr. You know who. Or affiliated. Everybody here is all like sister wives and shit. Granny, mommy, all of them. It's pathetic.